Ambon.
Normies, okay? Normies.
Malala. Get right.
Oh dang, 100.
I have some big brain tonight, more than ever.
And that is why you are the super sub.
Oh.
Super sub.
What's up?
So,
Tu je. Every a month masuk podcast months je. Satu bulan sekali
juga tu.
I feel like every time I come back to this call, I understand it less and less.
I hope that is not what the listeners to dia.log, the Game Matters podcast, are doing right now, because we are already episode 17.
Oh,
Hey, we're legal now.
That's the start. God damn it, we have to put that in. Oh yeah, so guys, welcome to dia.log, the Game Matters podcast, episode 17. It's been a long ride. And you only...
Now this podcast is stressfully preparing for its SPM.
Oh boy.
Wait, who?
This podcast, it's 17. Now it has to prepare for its SPM.
Oh boy.
No.
At least we're legal, right? Almost.
Getting there.
Technically, if you're in Kelantan, you were legal 6 years ago.
Oh boy. And let's introduce the panel. First and foremost, we have Wan Amirul. Wam.
Hello.
Next on the list, we have Daniel. Say hello.
Hello.
And also, we have Anan. Say hi.
What's up?
And from the trash of Weeb hell, we have Irham.
100 IQ normies. Let's go.
Go again, boys.
We go again.
Go again.
And I am Amirul Macronos Ashraf. And I have went through hell and back. Guys, don't make me censor stuff again.
I'll try my best to destroy that.
This episode, very not safe for work. Unlike last episode where we were clean.
I wonder why.
I don't know if you guys listen back to the edited published version, because there was too many dolphin sounds that I has started to getting irritated of SpongeBob now.
SpongeBob special word.
Oh boy.
It's true. We tried to bring him to SeaWorld and he tried to punch the dolphins there. He was convinced they were calling him a cunt.
You have to censor it.
Skeleton warrior.
Never again. We only employ skeleton warriors after this. So, okay. We have a podcast to do, and unfortunately, I think it's fortunate that we get this thing. We record this thing a bit delayed from the scheduled release. But that's how things go. So let's start with one interesting story.
Wait, before we go into the stories, I should point out. So we actually tried recording the other day, like our usual recording day, which is Thursdays. And so Meck spends 2 hours trying to set up the recording, right? And nothing works. And he's just like, okay, guys, we'll reschedule. I'm gonna go now. Bye. And fucking me, Daniel, and Anan have the dia.log after hours podcast. I don't even remember what we did.
I think we talk about Nazis. But
Boy!
When you don't have your supervisor with you.
God!
We talk about how Big Hero 6 is the product of a Nazi won World War II.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. But that footage will never be released, by the way, so...
I should start secretly recording our pre-shows to use as for whenever there's no episode.
My jaws are well dropped. This is what you guys do while I troubleshoot like 4 to 5 hours after that.
Yep.
Thank you, Mac.
Thank you,
Mac.
And the solution was to just fuck it. Don't use that thing. we just use this normal method. That was the conclusion. 5 hours of nothing. and and hopefully that is not dia.log in a nutshell. And like usual, we have two parts of the episode. One is the things that we do the past 2 weeks, and the next is the news. In case you haven't got it the past 16 episodes, that's how we do it. So first thing, let's talk about the FGC.
Ta-da!
FGC, we in there, boys. So last week was GameStart Asia, and it's a big convention. It's a big gaming convention in Singapore. And alongside that, there is I should say 2 tournaments for Street Fighter 5. So it's a good tournament, and let's just say that our top Malaysian players are doing well. Shout out to I Am Chuan, the now sponsored by Atlas Bear, and is now moving up into the world. He managed to finish top 16 in the C Major, the Open tournament, and he reached top 8 in the Asia Regional Finals. So good show. Despite being dubbed an online warrior, because his claim to fame this year was he won an online tournament, a Street Fighter 5 online tournament with Capcom Pro 2 points. So that led him to like getting coverage and also the deal of getting sponsored. So he's getting there. Where right now people are calling him an online warrior or he's not as good as Daigo. Of course, he's not as good as Daigo. Come on, you guys, put on.
That's like saying Vettel's not as good as Schumacher. Like,
Dude, it's a whole different thing.
Come on. The comparison is because both of them are guile players. Also, I like the way that Chuan's default color is his guile is red, white, and blue. And yeah, and that to us is the Malaysian flag. To the rest of the world, it's fake Malaysia. Islamic Malaysia.
Islamic America, you mean?
Oh yeah, Islamic America. Yeah, chat was very polite. Safe to say.
Wait, does Gal still have blonde hair in that skin?
Yeah, he just changes his uniform. So yeah, red, blue, white, red, blue, white, and yellow. It all fits. So patriotic. So yeah.
Perpaduan kami semua.
What do you guys sing at school? That kind of song.
A lot of school talk this episode. So thing is, the bigger announcement was there is a new reality TV show at EGG Network. And it's about people playing Street Fighter 5. There are 6 pro players that join the cast. So we have like from USA we have Justin Wong and Man. And then from Hong Kong we have Oil King, Human Bomb, and his wife Rose Ma, not together. Rose Ma. And also
I didn't money launder. I won all this. I got all this money from Street Fighter.
The only thing I steal is my husband's heart.
Speaking about heart, if you see a lot of pictures of a girl putting a different they want two people. One is a girl, one is a boy, and then one is giving half of a heart, and the other is a thumbs up. That's Rosma's doing. She set that trend. Okay, and also Singapore's Yan. So these six players, they also have to, because it's a reality TV, they have to put on a persona of sorts, a character. So one is a gambler, so the other is a player, one is a goofball, the other is a nerd. And
oh my god.
Yeah, when I heard that, it might be a bit cringy because they have to act instead of just being themselves, because being themselves, they also are pretty big personalities as their own, but now they have to play up. I don't know if it will work, but they also showed a snippet trailer on the reveal, and that snippet trailer might sell me off the show. So one of the segments was they actually got like players from the Malaysia fighting game community. So they get our local players to join in and do some matches while the rest of the six commentate over and discuss, oh, this guy's not doing this guy doing this. So yeah, so you can expect Malaysian players such as Janda Hunter and Hentai Tail
I like their naming choices.
to be playing on stage. Yeah, they have those kinds of names. Well, those two are the most prominent lah. The others are pretty okay lah. But still, Hentai Tail and Janda Hunter. Oh goodness, strong
The
names.
biggest guys have their most ridiculous names.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The weirder the name, the higher they go.
Aduh.
I feel like I need to start my fighting game career as Ahe Galvalot.
I approve, I support, I watch.
Like the
Oh.
moment I submit that name, they'll be like, "Oh man, you go to finals." Like forget that bracket shit. Your main stage finals.
What's the name again?
Ahe Galvalot, like Ahe Gal Overlord, but the two
Oh, I go.
combined.
Okay.
Stop. I'm going to stop there because a Malaysian Tekken player calls himself Ahegao. I am not kidding. There is one.
Listen, man, he just really likes Tekken. Okay.
At least he does not dress the part. You know that shit. Okay.
Yeah.
So back. The last thing I want to mention is
Friend.
the trailer actually showed this sort of thing when there was a picture of Hentai Tail and another player playing on there, and the other commentators are the rest of the guys keep on saying, I believe in hentai. No, I don't believe in hentai. He doesn't know how to release the balls. He
Mac, say that again, but slowly.
Okay.
I don't believe in hentai.
I believe in hentai. I don't believe in hentai. He doesn't know how to release the balls.
Nailed it. 10 out of 10.
And
I'm
now
gonna
we
take
have
that and use as my ringtone. I don't believe in hentai.
He doesn't know how to release the balls. That line out of context is just brilliant. Maybe there's hope for this show. It's called Project Fight Club. Not the best name, I guess. And it's premiering in EGG Network in November, I think. So yeah.
I hope any of you dia.log fans, if anyone sends me a Meck I Believe in Hentai remix, just 10 seconds long, not have to be very long. Make it as out of context as possible. Like there are prizes in it for you. I will buy. There are Steam gift cards in it for whoever sends. Tweet
no-
at
say no
Wemeril
more.
or at Gamer Matters. There's a Steam gift card if you can send me a remix that
What?
must use specifically the clip I Believe in Hentai. Any other clips you want, you're welcome to use as well, but that's the only prerequisite is you need to have that.
The mandatory.
I don't believe in hentai. Okay, take one there. Okay, so I guess that is my destiny, being a remix, being pot shot for a remix gig. But I need to ask for one. What is your destiny looks like?
Okay, so I know I'm like fucking late to the game, but I finally got around to trying Destiny 2.
Let me get
And
the
so-
credit from the PS Plus.
Oh hell yeah, there's no way I'm spending money on that.
I did, goddammit. $40 wasted like that.
But yeah, I thought Destiny 2 was great. It was like really fast paced. The soundtrack really picks up in action. and like the controls just feel really good. Wait, no, I forgot. I died stupidly, uninstalled the game, and played Doom. That's what I'm thinking of.
I like how everything you quote everything was in past tense. So like Destiny 2 was a good game.
No, but seriously, I did. Destiny 2 was not great. Like, I was bored for most of the intro. The only reason to play Destiny 2 is for sexy robot Nathan Fillion. And
Oh no.
and I already found out that he dies. So
Yeah.
what's the point, game? They're literally just like, they're telling you, oh, this is the Blood Legion. They're very powerful. They've never been defeated. And I'm killing them with a level 1 Titan and a level 1 gun. Are you sure? Are you sure that they're hard to beat? Game. I had this stupid glitch where I couldn't climb up a ramp. So I jumped up and the game threw me off a cliff.
Yep.
I shit you not. Didn't even respawn. Quit the game, uninstalled it, and re-downloaded Titanfall 2 instead. Then I played Doom while waiting for Titanfall 2 to install.
That is
Just to wash off the bad days.
Yeah, I was showing it to my friend. I was literally like, I need to play a good FPS now. So I went to Doom instead. Also, side note, Doom, still a good game. Play it. One of the best like single player FPSs you will have the luxury of playing. Fucking amazing soundtrack. Also, apparently MapleStory 2 is out.
Yeah, that came out of the blue.
Yeah, it's so weird because I saw white people talking about Maple and I was just like, what?
For
Like,
all the wrong reasons. Ah.
Well, what kind of wrong reasons?
Oh, you didn't know that? Okay, go on your story first. I'll keep it.
Okay, so my friend and I are constantly looking for MMOs to play together. And so we're like, oh yeah, Maple. You know, we're both Malaysian. We played Maple in our youth. Let's give MapleStory 2 a try. Fucking go online. MapleStory 2 is only available in the US and Australia right now. What the fuck? Why no Southeast Asia? We literally paid for MapleStory 2.
You're not wrong.
Like, and we're not the first server to get a release. This disrespect cannot stand. What the hell?
Time to start a petition.
Fuck. Like, MapleStory was literally the first MMO I spent money on. Got myself a sweet dragon hat, bright pink armor too, A+. But yeah, so I'm pissed off because the game looks amazing. I wish they brought back class trees because they removed those from MapleStory 1. But the heavy gunner class is basically a Tau Empire battlesuit, and I want that. I just wish there would be like mecha armor in the game. We don't know that there isn't because none of us can fucking play the game.
So
But yeah,
okay. So apparently MapleStory M is a thing here in Southeast Asia. It's a mobile version of MapleStory. So there you go, I guess, where it's not MapleStory 2. Right.
yeah, it's literally just MapleStory 1 ported for mobile, right?
I guess so.
God.
And the thing about MapleStory 2 is the things I've heard is that there's a market where you can put custom creations.
Yeah,
And
Dodger made merch on the store.
and there were a lot of dubious let's just say dubious merchandises on there. So it
Oh,
got
you mean
headlines
like-
for all the wrong reasons. There's a red hat. That's all I have to say.
Isn't the anime pictures everywhere? on
Anime
MapleStory?
pictures also okay, but the ones that are getting people riled up
I see.
is the other side one. When you go
Yes.
over too much, I mean a little bit is fine, but too much, people get riled up for good reasons.
The more important thing is there an Ahegao shirt in MapleStory 2.
Also say that.
Now, that should not
Thank
be.
you, anime.
No, that should be on brand. That should be okay. Just put the MapleStory characters going out.
God,
Imagine running around in that map. They're like, I have a Hego shirt. Do you have one? No, I'll teach you.
Now I
And
have
have a whole squadron.
now I have to ask: is there MapleStory?
You haven't.
I mean,
looked for it yet.
Rule 34. Hold on. Opening my private browser.
Lost
That's
my
why
love.
I asked.
URL.
That's
If it
why I
doesn't exist,
asked.
create it.
My
MapleStory Rule 34. For legal reasons, well, I don't. Well, if you type it into Rule 34, there's definitely results. I don't know if these are actually MapleStory characters because none of them look like the art style.
Of course, none of it gonna be look the same. It's a dojin.
yeah, okay. The technical
Okay,
term.
this one looks quite looks as close to the art style as you can get while still being pornographic. Because internet, I'm gonna address you right now. If you find those bizarre androgynous fungus things from MapleStory sexy, you have problems.
That freaking mushroom!
You're not drunk.
Oh boy, we are getting into treacherous waters now. I guess we have to bail out. Bail out.
I'm kink shaming.
Bail out. Jump into space. Hyperspace on because we are going to the
Oh.
next topic.
Hold on. Putting something into the chat.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no. While we wait. And while our hyperspace jump pads comes.
Okay.
Reactions.
What the?
No, the JPEG. No.
No, it's okay.
And the hyperspace
Aimbot.
has been activated. Let's go into the next topic. Anan, I've heard you have a very dangerous experience in Elite Dangerous. Or should I say Space Trucking Simulator?
Yeah, it's like literally sucking me in nonstop to the point where I reached that event horizon, almost never went back.
Ooh.
Oh god.
So yeah, the game I played last weekend is Elite Dangerous. So I'm back to Elite after living it for a couple months, I think. And I was like, that Saturday morning, scroll through my Steam game list. I haven't played for a while. How bad can it be? Eh? And then
That's what they always say.
Famous last words.
That's some SMS code right there.
How bad
and then
can
I
it
keep
be?
playing. Yeah, and pretty much. I didn't even realize like play. Oh, already midday. Okay, go for like quick lunch and then play. Oh, it's already midnight. What the hell?
Oh boy.
Literally didn't realize. Just time just went past.
That kind of
Okay,
reminds
let-
me of the first time I played Minecraft. That was the exact same thing. Just my entire weekend just pop. I close my eyes and I see the hotbar.
Oh no. Oh god, that's augmented reality to you. Oh yeah, so for those who don't know Elite Dangerous, Anan, can you just give a quick explanation?
Okay, it's a space simulator. So similar to how do you call it? Which is the it's like if online, yeah. It's a space simulator where you as a pilot can play different roles like trader, bounty hunter, taxi across space.
Yeah,
And
be
the
a
setting
space
of
grab
Elite
driver.
Dangerous- Yeah, space grab driver. I literally take that as my primary career now. That's my primary career. A space grab driver. Grab pilot.
Oh no, Anan, you have to be
Yeah.
on brand. Remember what happened last
this-
time.
This podcast doesn't support Grab. If you were a space minecart driver, then sure, but not Grab.
Okay,
Oh
and
my god.
And the setting of Elite Dangerous is within the Milky Way, so our galaxy here, and they literally like put every single star within the galaxy, so billions upon billions of stars and trillions of planets, so pretty much endless. I'd say, even though it's just one galaxy, it's pretty much endless. Like the total exploration percentage is, I think, just a few percent, not even 1% of Milky Way of the
Ooh.
total explored stars. Like, holy crap, this game is big.
Mhm.
And the black hole thing is that there's so many chores that you have to do. So okay, I get into my ship and then okay, see my inventory, and then open up the mission board, okay, the passenger missions, and then any bounties I have, then scroll through, okay, is it viable or not? Is it too far? And that alone takes like half an hour for each decision.
Half an
Then
hour?
that place and like, holy Christ, it's just a time sink. I advise you, if you want to play, make sure it's like on a weekend or something and no commitment at that time.
No
Unless
classes
you really
on that
want to
the next
run away
morning.
from your responsibility.
Duly noted. And with all that time you have, you also managed to squeak in some Soulsborne adventures. No, Souls, yeah. Bloodborne?
Nope, nope, not even a second. But yeah, over the weekdays, I managed to stumble upon some total madness,
Mhm.
pure madness of Bloodborne and Dark Souls no hit runs. So this is
Oh,
basically,
okay.
yeah. So the page basically went through the whole Dark Souls 1, 2, 3, Demon Souls, and Bloodborne without getting a hit, except for environmental damage and fall damage. What the hell?
Mm.
People
Ooh.
can die just from blinking in this game, and you guys finish it without getting hit.
Yeah, the gimmick plays in Soulsborne games are amazing. My favorite are always the one hits, the ones who like they kill bosses in one hit because they are true powder kegs.
Oh
Fucking
yeah,
powder kegs for
powder
life. I love watching those videos where they one shot amygdala using the gun hammer. It's
Gun hammer.
just
Oh
Mm.
yeah, I remember that. Yeah, but yeah, one of the runs, he literally walk, Abidala appears, pretty much like instant visceral attack, and then a few swipes, dead. It's like 15 seconds. I'm like, holy crap, Amygdala in 15 seconds, maybe 10.
Goddamn. Does it inspire you to play better?
Sort of like, yeah, it shows that Miyazaki-san is not exactly the best game designer ever. If his game
Some
can
would
be like
argue
that.
this is proof that he is because you can do that.
Probably.
The cult of Miyazaki continues to grow.
Oh no.
I'm waiting for the cult of Miyazaki to embrace the Racine and see how it goes. Yeah,
That
that
would-
VR
that would-
game.
That would be great. I still don't know anything about the Racine.
Yeah, I guess it's I still continue to imagine the game as Echo Knight, the newer version of Echo Knight, which is
Mhm.
basically yeah, I guess it's you can say it as a walking simulator in a way, as in you go into environments in first person, explore and uncover the
It's a haunted
secrets.
house, essentially.
Yeah, but probably without like menacing ghosts from the way the scene is showing the trailer and stuff. So yeah,
Hmm.
I like that From Software are doing a lot of things right now. So good on them.
I can't wait till
Sekiro.
they make that mascot platformer reboot.
The Adventures of Cookie and Cream 2.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did everything.
No, it has to be like a reboot the same way that Dark Souls is a Kingsgate reboot. So new mascot character.
Yeah, call it Oreo and Cadbury.
No, that's too much. It's like Hydrox and Hydrox and something or other. Yeah, get on it From Software.
I want to get back to the Elite Dangerous thing. So,
Oh.
okay, this game is you only pilot a spaceship, and that's it. You don't have to get out of spaceship and walk. So it's already a lot of chores, and it makes me worry how full of chores Star Citizen will be. Like,
Oh,
that
that's
that
where you're going.
that thing will be fine. So okay, now I just realize sort of I understand how the hell can these guys role play in space sim. The the investment of time makes their brain go haywire and just become okay, I'm a real pilot now, even though they are sitting in front of a screen.
The amount
The
of time they
joystick and
spend
stuff.
on space, you just can't believe the isolation up there.
You stare into the void stares back.
Do they become new types though? Can this game turn you into a new type? That's the important question.
I will become innovator.
I mean, people run Ponzi schemes in EVE Online, so
Yeah. The
Oh man,
player-driven economy.
I legit like I've been meaning to get into EVE Online so that I can work as a propaganda artist and make money from that.
oh yeah, they employ those kind of things, right?
Yeah, man.
The war economy is real. Like really, like I think there's a new article somewhere. I think like they mentioned that like 50% of most war or something like that is just based on like the big factions that are thereabouts, like 5 or 10 of them. So
Good swamp.
it's a big power play there in EVE Online. If you are not in the right people, you don't know the right people, you don't make the right connections, well, tough luck, man. That's a very horrendous time to go.
Is
Reading
there
EVE Online Wars is like reading a very epic, I don't know, epic real story. Like, what the hell? This
Look.
universe so rich, even though they just piloting like stuff, carrying, like, I don't know, it's really
Go
rich
is
story.
there PvE in that game or is
Oi.
it purely PvP?
PvE, I
PvP.
think so, but it's not as huge as what we hear from the outside as PvP. People mostly focus on the PvP, but I do think that there is some, but it's not the focus lah.
Cause I would play EVE Online if I could just play like essentially turn it into the Firefly MMO.
Ah,
Me and my group of friends just go around trying to make ends meet, and there's a priest here for some reason.
yeah, man, those things are real to the point that they even have like a council. Like the biggest players that you can vote for the people in the council, so these people will have direct access to the developers. I think it is CCP or something. I forgot the name, but it's an Icelandic company, so they get access to the developers. They can discuss things that should be changed or should be added, should be implemented. And they are even like even the elections. They have some scams happening. Like some, it's totally like they've just transported the real life into this space sim. So even
Make
the
sure-
shitty things.
The 3 things you have to make sure of. Make sure you know your state representative. Make sure you know your like constituency representative. Make sure you know your EVE Online representative. Oh, can someone start a Dewan Negara in EVE Online?
Oh
I mean,
my god.
that's basically it. It is basically Dewan Negara. At least not recorded lah.
Sorry, not Dewan Negara. Yeah, that's Dewan Negara. We need a Dewan Rakyat as well. That's what I meant. We need a Dewan Rakyat, smaller scale. So it's like, okay, all Southeast Asian EVE Online players, we have to follow these rules now. Can you imagine? Like, I have to log on to EVE Online now. We're voting on a new bill.
And then spearing campaigns. Those are those are real legit things. I mean, anything can happen.
Okay, so more homework, audience. If you're listening and you play EVE Online and you represent a faction that needs some propaganda, fucking at Whammerol on Twitter. My offers are give me your best offer and let's talk business.
Oh boy, we have some bizarre topics going on right now. From anime to space stuff to real politics to hentai, and now we are going to
To be fair,
another.
how 17 episodes. I'm pretty sure like 16 of them have hentai in it. Not count
Maybe.
because
That,
Maybe
that,
so.
there's a difference between implied hentai and hentai.
Hardcore hentai.
I feel like we've done hardcore hentai as well.
I wonder why.
But yeah, Daniel and Irham, you guys have a thing that happened in PJ, so tell us more about that.
Yeah, Daniel's and Ilham's date adventures.
Yeah.
So where are we gonna start here?
How about we start from the event that we had to go?
God, you guys even
actually,
sound like a couple. You make me sick.
Roleplay at its best. Oh no, is this legit?
Oh, no.
Mana ada.
we went inside, and I thought it was the wrong mall because I never went to PJ or something, and there were some people actually fighting swords. They were like, "Am I at the right place?"
What, fighting swords?
No, there was
There's-
a fencing exhibition downstairs at the PJ Jaya one. Kan nak Jaya one, Jaya Shopping Center.
Okay.
Yeah.
One, clarify which Jaya you are in. And two,
Yeah.
Jaya Shopping Center.
Clarify
There's
so
a
I
lot
don't
of
end
Jaya,
up
actually.
finding parking and having to drive 10 more minutes.
and to be fair, we got it wrong too. well, I did it. I got it wrong. And two, make sure to clarify sword fighting, just in case people are getting the wrong ideas right now, based on the implications.
Is it fencing?
Fancy. Okay.
So,
And so
go ahead.
I reached first, and went to the counter, and I'm like, "Oh, I want to register for the event, today's event." And she was like, "Yeah. Just write the name on a paper, which is, come on, paper." And they give us a card, which is, there's a PUBG code on it, and I'm like, yes, I'm quite happy about it. And I sit down and wait for the event to actually happen, where Daniel said the event should be starting at 12, but Malay 12:47 start. So it's like, oh god, I'm sitting there waiting for Daniel again. So Daniel, you can just continue from there.
So the event was a PUBG tournament, like the Southeast Asia punya leg. They want to do this finals, qualify such Asian players to qualify to the finals in Thailand, because there is a Thailand map in PUBG.
Yeah,
And basically, so basically we watched one match, got bored, and went outside.
Wow.
Literally.
PUBG is one of the most boring esports ever. Better
But-
than
Yeah,
running.
like
What, a
we
lot of
lasted
hiding.
for an hour.
No, it's
Yeah.
like you wait. All of them are pacifists. It's just, jeez.
That's
It's like
because
Twitch plays PUBG can get like number 3 just by hiding. Twitch plays.
Yeah, there was
PUBG.
a thing
How
that got
boring.
took place just by hiding.
I got like number 45 in Fortnite once because I jumped up in the air and used the bunker potion thing, so I created like a bubble around me.
Nice.
Big
That's a legit
brain.
technique.
And then I literally just smashed every staircase and like sealed the top of the bunker as well.
The
So, yeah.
ostrich tactic.
That's
So let
not
me guess,
even that's not
you
even
died to the
ostrich
zone?
tactic. No, I didn't die to the zone either. I died because I got bored, and so I came out. I left the sanctity of the bunker.
Sounds like a pure weeb right there.
Gets
Out of the
killed by the
closet.
elements.
Weeb get
I-
outside.
I came
God.
out of my cage, and I was not fine. But yeah,
100% relatable.
but yeah,
So,
battle
yeah.
royales, they are. Ooh.
Pretty boring.
No, not really a
So-
spectator sport.
No, not really. So after that we left and we went into after lunch we went into the
Digital
in
mall.
that area there's a digital mall, and I
Mhm.
tell you, Mac,
Uh,
if the PKNS complex during the Vex hour is the Time Capsule 2006. This one is Time Capsule to 2012. Because they're still selling like Xbox games.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Oh.
CD
so it's a time
cracks.
capsule. CD cracks.
They're selling
Everything.
CDs. Nobody use that.
Wow.
Wow.
So
It's
is
literally
there?
a time capsule.
So is should probably I could find an Xbox 360 power brick because
Yeah.
because I need one because the last time I dig out my Xbox 360 I wanted to replay Red Dead Redemption which I only play like 2 hours 2 times 2 hours
What?
and then I go to uni and then I was busy with uni stuff and never managed to play it again and then after uni I start okay for real this time let's start the full playthrough stop the same place as my first playthrough and never bothered to play it again. And yeah, that stopped me from doing that. Okay. Okay, your
I'm
story
pretty
again.
sure you can. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can find your power brick there.
I really need one.
Hmm.
I
It
guess
was
not.
so weird.
Well, also, after we finish venturing our adventures in the digital mall, yeah, like we see a 2008 PC game up there. It's like PC. I never saw that, but it's PC. Also, there's a PS1 game. I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that place is
You
pretty
guys went
fucking
through the
great.
wrong door.
adding up, they sell a lot of Microsoft cracks on CDs. And then I tried to buy one of them, and I say, I don't want CDs. Can you send me an email instead, or you can just transfer to my phone? And the guy was like reluctantly hesitated. He's like,
What's a
sure,
Google
should I
Drive?
just give? What's a Google Drive? I'm like, what?
Wow. I thought these sort of
And
things didn't exist anymore. That's interesting. The good old CD days.
yeah.
We started very interesting the way the gaming scene over here. Well,
uh, and
We are
we end
ready.
our day, and we end our day at home with disappointment. You tell him, Daniel. You
The
tell him,
PUBG
Daniel.
codes doesn't work.
huh?
What
The
The
does
PUBG
PUBG
codes doesn't
codes
work.
doesn't work.
How come?
No?
I don't know. They say the code is that can be activated. It doesn't valid.
Is it PC code or mobile
It's a
code?
Steam code. It's a Steam
Steam
code.
code.
Like,
Oh.
yeah.
So I guess
Oh,
the key expired.
Scam.
They
Scam.
they bought it like lump sum and for purposes of giveaway and then the keys got redacted because of like there are key resellers kan. So those keys can
They
get
bought it for GTA.
Buy one, duplicates.
is it invalid or already
Yeah, it's just
redeemed or
invalid. It's just
Invalid. Feels
Uh,
bad, man.
wow.
or
So
is it redeemable with it? Oh, it's PUBG game key.
PUBG game, I think.
I mean
Maybe they use a carding service. They got scammed.
yeah.
Instead
They
of
got
scamming you
scammed.
guys, all these guys got scammed.
Wow, this
what event was this again? We need a name drop here. What event was this?
the the PUBG Singapore Malaysia Invitationals.
God damn. Can I just like I know we shit on battle royales a lot, and I'm gonna shit on them one more time. The idea of a PUBG tournament is so fucking pretentious. Like,
I already said so many times.
I know
When I was
exactly.
there.
I just it needs to be said one more time. It's so fucking pretentious. Like, oh, I'm in this tournament where everything's randomized and the winner usually hides in a cardboard box for 10 minutes. Like, whatever.
Come on, shit,
Enjoy a PUBG, but I think it's shit. And you have to live with that. And if you want to tell me I'm wrong, make sure to message me on Twitter at NuggetKohai.
Hi.
I'm putting a name drop count. This is name drop number 3. despite not your own name, but yes. Boy, that is this season.
Send me a
Of
loot image in my DM before you start questioning us to start asking me questions.
okay.
Loot image, one answer.
I'm gonna fucking do that right now.
Oh,
Ugh.
I like to imagine that people sell loot instead of loot.
No, has to be lewd. Has
Lewd.
to be lewd.
How about a loot? A loot. Okay, let's move on to the next topic. I don't know how to segue from there actually. So I don't know who put it. No one
That
claims.
was me. I put it.
Okay, so
So,
yeah,
we
please.
we are all most of us are uni students, so we haven't
Yeah.
had much time for video.
Meh.
The new anime season has just started. What's everyone's like?
Kirito now, Daniel. Don't be a biased picture. Come on. Season 3, new life.
We are not having Sword Art Online discussion. Anyways, so
Oh yeah. Senran Kagura season 2. Let's go, boy.
Oh boy.
Senran Kagura has an anime. Holy
Yeah.
shit! I have to check
You
this
didn't
out.
know?
God, dude. Come on.
I know
Video
there is.
physics.
I need to watch Release the Spice because it
Oh,
looks
yeah,
like an amazing anime.
It's actually quite good. My first impression of it on the episode 1 is not bad. I give it 6 out of 10.
Yeah, so it's about like these girls who use cocaine to have superpowers or something like that.
What?
Yeah, literally.
Best explanation ever.
Magical girls getting high?
Yes.
It's not magical girl. It's girls getting magic power from being high.
Yeah, and the main character like licks people and can like learn things about them. I guess she can
Nom,
sense
nom,
their
nom.
feelings by licking them. So yeah, it's Yuri bait, but you know.
Lick me all day.
Shoujo, not Yuri. Borderline.
Borderline.
Oh,
That's why I say Yuri bait. Yuri bait.
Yuri bit.
Japan never change.
Never change Japan. So anime that I have been watching, Skullface Honda-san is a fucking amazing anime.
No,
Oh,
that's the best
Skeleton
one.
Warrior, the bookstore attendant. That's how you call it.
I love it so much because all the bookstore workers are all like wearing different things on their head. So you have like full armor senpai and paper bag senpai, and I can't remember all their names, but they're all great. And it's literally just slice of life. Like the first episode is about BL because
What's the title
Because why
again?
not?
it's called Skullface Bookseller Honda-san.
Very good show.
Did he have literal skull face?
It
Yeah,
doesn't
he's a
show up
skeleton.
in.
It
Okay.
is a
Doesn't show
literal
up.
skeleton warrior.
Literal skeleton.
Little script.
It's because its official name is in Japanese. Let me see if I can pull it up. Skullface Honda-san.
I'll just call
That's
it-
the problem. This season has a lot of like long Japanese name. Gaikotsu Shotenin Honda-san.
Okay. I got
Spell
to his
Honda-san.
library. Oh, is it skeleton?
It
Yes.
I'm
is
just gonna type
literally.
in Honda-san.
Yeah, just type
Yeah.
on the sun.
That's what everyone
Oh.
else. The only problem is the first episode is about foreigners coming to the store, and it's made me very self-conscious because I'm supposed to be going to Japan later this year.
Can I get a special
They
yaoi
don't
book?
care.
Special
Just
yaoi
never-
book.
They don't even care.
Special
Just
yaoi
no.
book.
As long as you're not getting it in the ass, you're fine. But
yeah.
just
Wear the
in case,
mask
just
and
in
ask anything
case,
you want.
I'm gonna send you some lubricant, just in case.
Wait, yeah, so other two anime that are really good, Seishin Butayaro or Rascal Does Not Dream of
Oh.
Bunny Girl Senpai.
Oh, but
Yeah.
yeah, really good as well.
Session
Fucking,
Butayaro.
like, not even a joke. That is legit, like, an amazing anime.
Yep.
It's Haruhi 2.0, essentially.
Yeah, yes.
Oh, there's another good anime as well. Isekai Slime Tensei or something.
Oh yeah, Isekai Slime Tenseis.
It's good. It's good.
And the other
And
one
of-
is SSSS Gridman.
Super Seven Samurai.
waifu.
Yeah, man. Okay, so I need to tell you the story. I need to tell you the story of how I started watching Gridman. So I've known about Gridman for a few months now, because my soul belongs to Studio Trigger. So
Okay.
I was like, Gridman, and then when I found out it was out, I was like, it's as a Studio Trigger anime, maybe I should just wait for it to finish and then I'll binge watch it all in one go. And then suddenly Daniel starts retweeting like a lot of like fan art of this one character. And
Anime ties.
there's this and then this Yuri artist that I follow was also like, what's up with Gridman and that girl with like the fat ass and the nice thighs? And I was like, okay, this needs investigating. So I watched the first episode. It's really good, but also that girl is really good. Also, there's another girl who looks like Mash from Fate Grand Order, but evil.
But better.
But better.
Yeah, so there's evil Mash, and you know how the problem with anime fans is they've never seen a person with body fat in their life. So like everyone's always like, oh, she thick, when it's literally just like a girl with normal thighs. But someone did like a side by side of this girl and evil Mash who has like skinny legs. And god damn, like hold on, I have to pull this image up.
Oh boy, I need to edit this thing in.
Yeah, I wish I had thought to look it up, but I didn't think we'd go down this path.
Well, I mean, I set it up myself. We opened with hentai, so
Yeah.
I
Well,
only
yeah,
have
you
myself to
type-
blame.
You type in fucking SSSS Gridman into Tumblr, it's all just fan art. Her name is Rika Takarada, by the way, in case you're wondering. It's in the
Wait,
chat.
they made Toaru Majutsu third season.
I
What
now I
the-
remember.
What?
Okay, this one okay, no problem.
No, I wasn't sending you
No.
porn. I'm just sending you like that's how big her thighs are compared to like a quote unquote normal girl in the show.
Squeeze me.
That is fake. That is fake.
Yeah. Also, Over Justice is also in the anime for some weird reason. Don't know why, but he's there. Can I just say one more thing about Bunny Girl Senpai before we go on to the news?
Yeah.
Is the main character is basically me because he's literally just talking. I love the dynamic between him and the senpais so much.
He doesn't
When-
overreact, am I right?
So yeah, and I like how like she steps on his shoe and he's like, "Senpai, you're stepping on my shoe." It's like, is that a problem? Because no, I love it when you step on me.
Oh boy.
It's not being
Goddamn.
the typical dance shonen manga.
Yes, master.
Yes,
Uh,
senpai.
his thing is always just that like he likes the senpai and he just constantly vocalizes it in all the ways.
Okay.
Where she grabs his hand to tease him and she's like, "Oh, I bet you're thinking loot thoughts." And he's like, "You cannot comprehend how many loot thoughts I am having right now."
That
So,
kind
yeah.
of NC is the best one.
Ah,
His whole thing is just really great. Like his characterization is great. And episode 3 was so sweet it gave me diabetes. I told the mama guy kurang manis, but then episode 3 was like, nah bitch, full manis, all manis, all the time. But so yeah, so
Tak
that's
lebih gula tu.
Extra susu pekat.
goddamn, it is so sweet. My favorite thing is he confesses to her, and still there's a joke about her stepping on him. He's literally like, "I love you, and I love it when you step on me."
step on me.
Step it on me.
the more, the more we
Right.
realize we're becoming a masochist. M.
Yeah,
As a Malay, we're M.
It's true. Hak masokis. Hak istimewa masokis.
Oh my
Predict the
god.
competition.
Okay, so let's move on to the news. So we're slightly changing how we're doing the news. We have two big stories and a few headlines. We'll start with one big story, then do some headlines, and then finish off on another big story.
And that should lead to our first topic, which is the thing about Intel. And for that, I have no idea what we are going to talk about.
The fact that none of us know what the fuck is going on with Intel can only mean it's an Anan topic. Anan, take it away.
Yeah. By the way, check your DM.
I saw.
Okay.
Oh, what
Irham
happens
sent me a
there?
message that's I sent him the maple thing, and then he sent me back tertipu kamu bangsat.
Oh, oh boy. Okay, so just let me remind you guys, we have a thumbnail to make, and I guess from this section on, no, from the past section, we can say that it'll be 50% anime. So I'm just
Oh,
going
yeah.
to keep it. Just want to keep reminding you. We'll discuss it later. So Anan, the Intel thing.
Okay. This thing is so sleazy, I made a script to talk about it. That's how bad it is.
Oh, wow. He's gonna make a
I have
speech.
to write a script.
We got some good quotes from today.
Quiet. He's gonna
I'm
do it.
a spontaneous guy, so if I made a script, means that it is serious. Okay.
Yes,
The Anan Quisition.
the tribute of Anan.
Okay. So last week, I believe, early last week, Intel released their new ninth generation Intel Core CPUs, also with Xeon. So basically, new ninth generation CPU.
Hmm?
Still on 14 nanometer. What the hell, Intel? You already been there for 3 years. Please move on to 10. 14
Disres-
nanometers.
This intense tone, though, so heavy.
Yeah, still on the old transistor size, even though they're optimized. Okay, so the center of the story is the new processor, the Core i9 9900K. So they tout it as the fastest gaming CPU with the claim saying that it is up to 50% faster than Ryzen 2700X and 8 core 16 thread, the best from AMD other than Threadripper. So just a minute, okay, we make a new product also 8 core 16 threads, I believe. That is 50% better than AMD last year offerings. Like, and then people are skeptical. Like, what the hell? Are this real? So some of the tech journalists like Gamers Nexus and Howard Unbox, they investigate the claims of Intel by literally going to the co-founder of the benchmarking company commissioned by Intel. So Intel commissioned the benchmark to a third-party company. So this is a very big move to push the blame to another another entity.
Hmm?
So the company is called Principal Technologies. So they interviewed the co-founder, and the co-founder he sort of didn't know, probably like not really involved in the Intel benchmark, so he just answered very cool. And upon further investigation, it is found out that Intel, the Core R9 9900K, got a favorable condition for benchmark. Like they got a very good cooling solutions, while the Ryzen got stock cooler. Just imagine that. Yeah. Intel got like
Wow.
AIO Noctua something, and Ryzen just got the stock cooler. And the best thing is that the Ryzen processors are activated in game mode, which cut the core in half. So from 8 core 16 to 4 core 8 threads. Holy shit.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
you're like battling an 8 core 16 threads with high frequency like 5 gigahertz against a 3 4 gigahertz 4 core 8 threads. Okay, this is lazy, claiming they are being like 50% faster. So
Oh.
okay, people complain to Principal Technology saying, "Oh, what the hell are you doing? Are you colluding with Intel to provide a deceptive benchmark. The thing is, all the third-party reviewer cannot release their benchmark result 10 days after release. They're under NDA.
Uh,
That's
I I
that's another big move.
I think it was recently the review starts to come, right?
Yeah. I think
Only just
yesterday.
recently. Ah, okay.
Yeah, just
Good
recently.
thing
So
we
like,
postponed the recording. Now we can say that.
yeah. Okay. So okay, and then Principal Technologies, they re-benchmark the Intel versus the i9 1900K versus 2700X, and voila, it shows on average only 12% improvement on average rather than 50%. So imagine like 45 to 50% to average of 12% advantage.
Ooh.
That is very, very sleazy on Intel. Okay, of course, it's done by Principal Technologies, but who's to say that Intel doesn't orchestrate the whole shebang, the whole benchmark thing with them, just to gain an advantage with NDA advantage, mind you. So the
Mm.
other third parties cannot say the truth. And yeah, and then after the rebench came out, Intel just play dumb as if they know nothing. They say, "Oh, because of the comments from the community, the new benchmark has been posted, and it still shows that our new Core i9 offering is the best gaming CPU in market." It's like, okay, Intel, still strategic. Come
Okay.
on.
They still want to win.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
they claim they are the best, even though the i9 is 60% more than 60% more expensive than the Ryzen 2700X. So
serious?
$300 versus $500, just 12%
Wow.
advantage for 60% pricier price.
I guess AMD
Yeah,
is still looking for value in terms of
yeah.
value performance, right?
In terms of
Uh,
performance per dollar, the Ryzen 2700X is still king. But yeah, I mean, uh, we can put the blame to like Intel and maybe Principal Technologies. Like maybe they don't know the game mode, half the core, because it's made for Threadripper. So Threadripper is 16
mm,
core, 32 threads. So the game mode will cut in half so that it's more optimized for gaming. But AMD doesn't disable it for Ryzen, so they thought, okay, this will boost the performance of Ryzen. So they just use and it cuts in half. Maybe okay, benefit of the doubt, maybe they don't know. At least they released the re-benchmark. They fixed their reputation a bit, but not Intel. No to
mm.
Intel. Sleazy marketing department. Go to hell. It makes me question my decision whether to work in Intel or not. Because I'm an IT student, right?
Oh
That
boy.
I'm like thinking and like, should I work in Intel with this kind of bullshit from the marketing, even though I will work in engineering?
Nah, work for AMD better.
Depends on
Yeah.
the pay lah,
Uh,
but at least Intel and AMD have presence in Malaysia, so you can
yeah.
make the choice.
Yeah, thanks to AMD for putting the pressure to Intel to the point where they do this kind of shit and expose this kind of shit so that we know
Well,
better.
if they ever see this podcast, I don't think you'll ever get the job at Intel anymore. So
Eh,
Fight
I'll just
ourselves.
delete the Gamer Malaya from my resume.
Never,
Straight up.
Yeah,
never
and
put
also this
GM
is
in your
also
resume.
thanks to
But the work
responsible
experience.
journalism by Gamers Nexus. So they expose the thing, also pressure by community, just like Battlefront 2. So yay to the internet community, to the good heart, to the skepticism, to the corporate bullshit.
Right, Gamer
Just like
Access
Red
as in
Dead
the
2.
Singapore one?
Sorry?
The Gamer Access as in the old Singapore one?
Gamers Nexus.
Oh,
Gamers
Gamer Access. I
Nexus.
Gamers
saw
Okay,
Gamer
Nexus.
okay.
Access macam.
I too
Gamer
also
Nexus.
heard that until now. Okay, but itulah. That's the thing. Even though Intel, I think even the fair reviews are saying Intel i9 is actually a pretty decent. Well, performance
Yeah.
wise they deliver, but it's just that the way they have to fluff up the thing, the way the performance is, yeah, very sleazy. So yep,
To say the least.
to say the least. Not saying it's bad. No, not saying the product is bad. The way they promote the product.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's move on. to much more cozier news. Should be a quick one.
Okay, quick run through some headlines. So, West Virginia has braced for inevitable tourists from Fallout 76 because
Take me home.
to the
Apparently,
place.
I belong West
Take me
Virginia.
home.
Yeah.
Apparently, this year West Virginia actually has their tagline for their tourist promotion as "Almost Home."
Ah.
And also, this news is actually really that the tourism of West Virginia and Bethesda are basically teaming up. They are selling posters, they are promoting the locations that are in the Fallout 76 map and also in real West Virginia. So if people are coming in because, oh, that looks cool. Oh, I want to visit the Mothman Museum. Oh, that's the thing here. Oh, I can buy Fallout 76 merch in the Mothman Museum.
Wait. Let's not get ahead of ourselves here. People are going for fucking Mothman Museum. Like,
Yes.
Screw Bethesda. We're just going for Mothman.
Yeah.
So
Danger.
Next.
next thing. Obsidian is getting bought by Microsoft.
Yeah.
Yay or nay?
The good news
Uh,
is they will probably be much more stable right now because if you follow the journey or the status of Obsidian, i.e. the creator of Fallout New Vegas, the company that is
the
built,
only RPG that matters.
the company that is built with veterans
best
that
Fallout.
created Fallout. So basically, they have that kind of lineage. They are the original Fallout people, and a lot of other RPG as well, such as Pillars of Eternity and Tyranny, and
Mhm.
Alpha Protocol. So these guys have been really down in the dumps financially. So they are not very stable. So if the news is true, as in the deals go through, and it is now under Microsoft, should be a good sign for them. But no Fallout New Vegas 2. Totally no.
Nope, that was never on the cards anyway, so it's fine. I feel like every Fallout New Vegas fan has accepted as a universal truth.
Why do you think we're still playing New Vegas?
Yeah, man. Who needs New Vegas 2 when you can just play New Vegas? So next thing, Google and Microsoft have announced a game streaming service. Who put this here?
More streaming service.
Google
You guys
has
remember Google Plus? Remember what happened to Google Plus? This is gonna be the next thing that have the same ending as it.
The thing is, Google and Microsoft, they have their own data center cloud service. So in terms of feasibility in performance, they can deliver. Whether it catches the audience or not, that's another question.
I feel like for Google, it would have to be integrated with YouTube in some way for it to give a shit.
YouTube gaming,
Aduh.
yeah.
it is right now the way Google do is it's called Project Stream and it's done through streaming the game from Chrome. There has been tests streaming Assassin's Creed Odyssey on Chrome.
I mean, you could
Only
just
available
burn
in
your
US.
motherboard. Okay, so next story. Hitman 2 has competitive multiplayer. Hitman Esports.
I'm not
Yay.
sure if we talk about this on the podcast before or not, but yeah, it's actually a thing now. We can do multiplayer. You can, but there are caveats, of course, because if not, it's basically just one-on-one, one-on-one, like 47 versus 47, just kill each other. But that's not the way it works.
Like the old Assassin's Creed.
Yeah,
Nothing
Oh
to do.
yeah,
it would
So
have been
bad.
it would have been an something like Assassin's Creed, but the way they implement is that you have to silently kill a designated target, and both you and your and the other player are in the same map, but not in the same quote unquote reality. So the simulation is a bit
Invasions.
different. So you cannot kill each other, but you have to chase the same target.
Sounds interesting. I might actually be into that. So next story. You can change your PSN ID starting next year.
Yeah. But I
Also
like
with
my PSN
caveats.
ID.
Also with caveats. What are the caveats?
So apparently not all games support this. PS4 games from April 1st, 2018 will have no problems running with new PSN IDs, but they are also Sony are also will roll out a full list of compatibility of games that
Wait,
should have
compatibility how? Like they change your name or you cannot access your file anymore?
something like that. So basically, what they
Oh.
did was, from what I understand is that they tied your PSN ID to access for games like on PS3, on Vita, on PS4. So it takes a lot of work to get it running, and they also say in the announcement that not all games will make the cut. So if you need to play some old games that do not support your new ID, you can revert back for free.
Okay, this sounds like shit. God
It's
damn it, Sony.
that is
This is
it's
the reason why you don't put ID as this string of characters. You put ID as a string of numbers associated to a string of characters, so that if you change the character, you don't change the ID number. You use
database
ID
my
number, okay?
101.
Yeah,
Ayo.
you use like numerical ID or something. Yeah, unmutable.
That's all I have to say.
So
But it
Senran
doesn't.
Kagura. Sorry, no. Continue. I think before we move on.
Yeah, I think after the first time you change, the second time you have to pay $5.
Yeah, first time's free.
God damn, we're going the Xbox 360 route. Okay. In Tidia news, Senran Kagura is delayed.
No.
Also,
It's delayed
Oh,
on PS4 only, or is it PS4 and Steam?
please not on Switch.
I think
No,
I don't know.
PS4 only, I think. It's
PS4
only for
Okay,
only.
PS4.
okay.
Yeah, because they're removing the erotic mode from PS4, which makes it the inferior version.
It's just hand holding.
Oh, and holding is the most terrible things.
The most
Wait.
weirdest thing, man.
Is it legit just hand holding? Because the cooking one had like people in dessert and stuff.
Nah.
That Switch only game is a lot about hand holding.
No, it's not hand holding only. Really.
What
I'm talking about-
reflections? Reflections.
Can we get a special like PS4 controller that like with a heater inside it so it can feel like an actual human hand?
Whoa, whoa there.
But they removed the
Maximum
edition.
We're going too far in the future now.
maximum
back.
neatness.
Go back.
Go back. Go back. Next on the list.
Next on the list, yep, there's a malicious message going around that's soft locking PS4s. Fuck you to all game news sites who report it as bricking, because technically it is not bricking because a factory reset will reset the thing. It's just that, factory reset is annoying as shit.
Factory reset
So-
basically get out of the box.
Yeah. But so turn off your messages from strangers, guys. Let's do it for now until further news. There's been no comment so far, but you can tell that it's still going on if you can still hear the cackling sounds of all three people who own an Xbox One late at night.
There's been a firmware update recently, but they, of course, Sony do not tell what is in the update itself.
Updates.
But people are mostly assuming that it's about addressing this bug, but nothing's confirmed.
Let's hope so.
Do-
So-
do they know what's the cost where they're getting soft locked by the message, the content of the message?
It's
Yeah.
specific characters are triggering it.
Okay,
Mm.
this is like normal problem in iOS and Android.
Yeah,
Happened
pretty
a few times
much.
before. Usually they deal with the Unicode.
Yeah,
So,
Unicode
like,
issue.
Unicode characters will sometimes break systems. So Sony still haven't been catching up.
It's
with this
Eldritch
kind of thing.
Wisdom. If you tweet Eldritch Wisdom, it breaks your PS4. You cannot
So-
handle the insight.
high language.
Inside gain.
Anyways, we got new weapons for DMC5. Cerberus is in the game.
In three
Hooray.
forms. In three forms.
In 3 forms, and a hat is in the game that uses blood orbs to do damage. Convenient because you can buy blood orbs as money. Huh. Wonder if there's a
Huh.
connection between the two.
Also
If
another
if you can mod it, it will be so good.
also another
Imagine having a fedora.
I think it is. It's like a top hat, I think.
it is a fedora.
Oh.
A hat with a
Oh.
nice
Milady? Like a cowboy hat, right? So you can pose it like
bladed hat.
uh-huh. And what did I want to say? Oh yeah, good thing that we did again postpone the recording of this because by the time you hear this, there's a full official video on the Devil May Cry YouTube channel. Basically showing these things in action, the panel live officially, and also some spoilers. So yeah.
Yeah, the opening cutscene is great, by the way.
Hmm.
And so now we have our big news story, our last big news story, where we're once again going to bitch about management in video games.
Yay.
Yay.
So, I literally just wrote an essay on this for class. So, Red Dead Redemption, in an interview, they talk about how people are working 100-hour weeks for Red Dead Redemption 2. And so, like, they say it like really proudly, except for this, here's a fucking problem. Why the fuck are they working 100-hour weeks? That doesn't
How?
sound legal. How is simple. You probably work on Saturdays as well, so that's six times. Yeah, you working a shit ton of hours essentially.
For
So, like-
context, a normal working week is 40 hours, 9 to 5, 5 days a week. So in a week, there are 168 hours. So you can imagine how many is 100-hour work
Ooh.
week.
Crunch time.
60-hour work week is already alarming. So 100 is not something you should be proud of.
That is
Yes.
Japanese black company level of sleaziness.
Yeah,
Mm,
here's the thing, right? Like
14 hours
only-
of work per day.
the only thing that 100 hours says about your company is that your management sucks. Like that shouldn't like I'm willing to
They're
bet.
killing their worker.
Yeah, I'm willing to bet that this is not paid overtime either. Did they ever mention if it's paid overtime?
So
Nope, I don't think
there
so.
has been a lot of follow-up from this story. So basically, they are going damage control. But you guys go on with what the info you have. I'll fill you up later.
Yeah, man. So basically, this is incredibly tone deaf. I don't know why they would like brag about this right after Telltale was on the news for being human pieces of shit. Like everyone's talking about, artists, how much should artists work and be compensated for? Here's a hint: they should be paid for what they're working. I am fucking done with people saying, no, you don't have to pay for overtime in the games industry. It's a job. You fucking pay your employees. Simple as that. If you can't afford to pay them overtime, don't fucking make them work overtime. It's as simple as that. There are art colleges churning out people every day. You can employ enough of them so that everyone only works 8 hours a day. But
Indeed.
But yeah, on the plus side though, in a weird twist of fate, because that's the universe we live in now, Sega has reduced crunch time by 80% apparently.
ooh.
Yep.
That's a lot.
So basically, in their recent financial report, Sega is basically boasting about their commitment to reduce overtime work. So they are saying like, oh, we need our our employees to have work-life balance. So they are giving flexible hours. They are considering doing remote work, working remotely. These are the
Basically the
things.
same, what?
No. basically these things are a standard in other industries, such as
With
the
union.
electric units, and it's another thing because one, why they can get away because of doing all of these shitty practices to their workers, to the game developers, because game developers are not unionized.
Yeah, that was a point I wanted to make, is that we need to fucking the problem is, like, and as an art student from art school where they teach us what is, one, they never teach us how to demand wages. Like, literally in art school we were told this is get ready to work for shitty pay, essentially, because that's going to be life. They never tell you, hey, this is how you fight for a decent wage. I did a freelance gig at an event once. I was doing caricatures, and there was another caricature artist there, and I swear she is my fucking hero, because we were supposed to work 6 to 8 or something like that. So at 8 o'clock, a few more people come asking for caricatures, and she's like, nope, nope, and she fucking glares me down. It's like, no, do not pick up that pen. And she's like, we are working from 6 to 8. If you want us to do some more, tell the organizer to pay up, like, because we have done our share of the work. So yeah, I was never taught that in art school. I had to learn that from a badass freelance caricature artist. And yeah, to your point, Mac, the artist industry needs unionization. We need to fucking put our foot down and say, no, we will be paid overtime. We will not be let go just as the project finishes to please some dickhead shareholder. And yeah, because ultimately, the way a company should work is the artist's job is to art, and management's job is to keep the studio open. So if the studio runs out of money, it's not the artist's fault, it's the management's fault. And yet, who's the one who gets let go all the time? Fucking artists. So yeah, video
Okay.
games are shit. Yeah, go.
So the follow up is okay. So basically, when all the controversy as supposedly got blown up, of course it should be blown up like this. Rockstar goes into damage control, I guess, and one, they issued another statement clarifying what was the meaning about the 100 work week. So apparently, the interview was done by Dan Houser. So basically, one of the biggest, the big guy,
basically the CEO.
the house, basically the Houser brothers are the guys that runs the Rockstar basically. So he reiterate that the 100 work week does not really apply to all of the staff, but he was specifically talking about the senior writing team, as he like to call it. So it's him, Mike Unsworth, Rupert Humphreys, and Leslo. So these are the four people that had 3 weeks doing that. They entered 100 work week for 3 weeks doing that. So not the whole 8 years of development. That would be even more crazy. But that's at least okay. That clarify one thing. And then recently, Rockstar also allows their employees to start talk about the workplace. The workplace. So basically, how much they work, how is it. So people are getting opening up basically. So what we heard from here, of course, most of them that will getting the highlight is of course the ones that are talking about the on a positive note. So a few of the tweets coming from Rockstar employees basically say at the most that they do overtime is 60-hour weeks, and that is only occasionally. And then of course, there's another side of as well where former Rockstar employees, those that are out now, talking about the bad experience prior to projects like Red Dead Redemption 2, like from Illinois, the management,
GTA 5, yeah.
like GTA 5, there was one popular tweet which basically said the crunch was horrible, and then about Illinois where management refused to give cake day. People need some breaks with cakes. Please give them.
Happy
Yeah, give the
cake.
kids,
Let
man.
them
Come
eat
on.
cake.
Let them eat cake. And
The cake. It turns out the cake is a lie.
Oh
Oh
no.
god.
This is so sad.
Oh.
I just update Despacito though.
Yeah, but mostly the majority that are currently working at Rockstar and have been working at Red Dead Redemption 2 has saying that things have been getting better. And also, even more recently, Kotaku posted something about Rockstar Lincoln. Lincoln is basically the studio that handles the majority of the quality assurance, QA. So these are the guys in the trenches that are doing the bug fixing, bug testing. Basically, they are playing the game in a horrible fashion, so we don't have to.
And
And
yeah.
these the unsung heroes basically. And
Mhm.
they that also what I'm going to say. Also, yeah, Rockstar has made some changes for the better, as in they are not making overtime compulsory or something like that. Some people are skeptic because this might just be lip service, but at least it's a good sign that Rockstar is listening at least a bit, or at least they are
Yeah,
showing they are
I
listening.
credit where credit is due. I'm glad they didn't just like shut down. Like they actually responded to comment.
Not like EA.
Yeah, like not like literally any other studio. And I still say this puts them above Riot, because Riot
Oh,
essentially, after the whole sexism thing at Riot, they were just like, "Woe is me, I am a victim."
Yeah, yeah, we didn't get to talk about Riot, right? But yeah, we have to
Yeah,
cut that one. But yeah, the way Riot handles the thing is like overly dramatic, where Rockstar has done it very subtly. As in, they don't go it all about, but they do show that they are addressing the issue somewhat.
yeah. So props to you guys for like talking. That's always great. But let's the don't glorify overwork.
Oh no, don't.
Because
No, 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 no.
One
Don't do
hundred
that.
work week should be a shame. I know people are passionate and stuff like that. Where we can't stop the flow. We have to do it right now. Sure, yes, but don't say it as a good thing.
yeah,
That's bad for you.
don't use your overwork as part of your PR campaign.
No. And this is also
Uh-huh.
a good show why Rockstar usually keeps quiet, because when they open their mouth, sometimes things can get out of context slash out of proportion. They are a big
Yeah.
company. People have eyes. They really want to look at what are they doing to make horses horses balls animated.
Oh,
Uh,
Yeah, man.
Pancake of course texture.
Oh yeah, the Rockstar Red Dead also has like 2 Blu-ray discs. Fuck that shit.
100 gigabytes.
welcome back 2008.
Well,
Yeah, earlier
that
than
cancel.
that, man.
The
Remember,
DVD era.
FF7 had like 4 discs, so
1998 boys, we're back.
We're
we're
back.
back. We're back. It's just like old school gaming. But
And
with that, we
but
move
with
on.
more CDs.
But with more CDs. With that, we get to the most important part of the podcast. What are we putting on our thumbnail this week, guys?
Anime girls.
Anime girls,
specify.
but
I need
uh,
names.
CDs.
Okay, Rika should be
No.
there. No.
Yes.
yeah, but
Yeah.
try not to take fan art because I don't want to steal fan art. So yeah, unless you can get permission, then don't fucking take.
Just steal Irham's one. You'll
Yeah.
be fine.
Can we just
Sure.
get like
Sure.
can we just get a giant pair of chicken thighs? Like just get a
Oh.
photo.
I mean,
Out of
Just using the use the photo that Wong gave and add chicken thigh also there.
Yeah.
Chicken
finger licking
Juicy.
good.
finger.
Oh,
and some
okay.
KFC
So,
tags over there.
Well,
Chicken
drumsticks
thighs?
better.
chicken thighs, a rabbit with combat boots, because that's Bunny Senpai. High Lord Walner from Dark Souls, but with an apron,
Oh
because
my.
we talked about Honda-san. What's the other anime we talked about? Oh, Senran Kagura. Then just put
Oh.
Senran Kagura, but get a hand holding photo of Senran Kagura and then pixelate the hands.
Yes.
Put
Oh,
Intel logo on it.
censorship makes
Intel
everything.
logo.
Okay.
Censor Intel logo.
Oh,
Just use Intel logo.
Oh yeah, and there's a subtitle. The subtitle should be the hentai code. He doesn't know how to release the balls.
Oh, and you can separate them out between two CDs because we talk a lot about CDs.
Ah! I need a stock Blu-ray. I need a stock
Insert
Blu-ray.
this to continue.
Blu-ray footage. Ah. Oh
And
You gotta
boy.
wait for that disc to wind up, you know.
What else? What else do we talk about?
Yeah, while you guys thinking
And
about
then-
that,
get the Serenity from Firefly and then put the Grab logo on the side. Like, you know, the ads that all Grab cars have.
perfect.
Space Grab driver.
Oh, boy. Well, take me home indeed. And oh yeah, I was about to say that remember the episode about Spyro and Puddles?
Yeah.
Yeah, the artwork was a lot of I used like basically a sticker or a stock image of a caricature of a puddle and stamp it all around. And apparently a new update for Marvel Spider-Man has been released, and one of the features was an enhanced photo mode where you can stick in puddle stickers.
yes.
Damn.
I'm not saying that we predicted. We're not taking credit, but I'm just going to
I
put
say
it there.
we are fucking taking credit. That was entirely our doing. We changed the gaming industry.
We saw it coming.
And now they need to put a Spider-Man sensor board, and it'll be perfect. That has
The future
been
is now, old man.
The future is now.
and that has been dia.log, the Gamer Matters podcast. And if you are checking in the clock, it should be surprisingly quicker.
1.5 hours.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
That's because I fucking iron curtained through our news section.
Just blaze
Nice.
through it.
Mhm.
And
We're 428.
so if you have any comments and anything to say about our new format, well, not really new, but yeah, a bit of a change. Or if you need to ask any questions or you need to prove us wrong because we speak a lot of wrong things that we might not know, please,
Well,
please tweet
Don't
us.
quote me on everything. Don't
Please-
quote me.
Don't at me.
Don't at me. Don't you
Please-
dare bing me.
But you can add Gamer Matters, or if you are on YouTube, you can just comment down below. And if you are on our many other audio-only resources, you can also go to @Gamer Matters and find us there, gamermatters.com. There has been the episode, and how should we end this?
Congratulations to Lewis Hamilton for winning the World Driver Championship for the 5th time.
Yep, oh, pretty much.
The baby rage.
Hopefully we are right on this. Hindsight.
Stays
No
to me
hindsight.
Wait.
time to wake up at 5.
Wait, Anan, you have been proven wrong for quite some time. Remember Overwatch League, who is the winner?
Oh, please.
Oh yeah, that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
It's a win-win,
Uh,
Anan.
Vettel got a 3+ penalty, so yeah, Lewis probably
Please.
gonna win.
And that has been the F1 podcast. Vroom.
Mm.
And
Check
have a
back
good.
in next week for F1 Matters.
Okay, now we should end it properly.
Uh-huh.
Alright.
I guess socials.
Socials.
Yeah, follow me on Twitter at Wamirul, Wamirul. On Facebook, Cruise Crusader Wamirul. Give me money on Patreon at patreon.com/Wamirul. This whole month I've been doing Transformers drawings for Inktober. So yeah, that's a whole thing.
Inktober for chumps.
So Daniel.
Okay, follow me at Nurakimi. That is Nurakimi. And well, congrats to Lewis Hamilton, so that I don't have to wake up at 5 a.m. Thank God. Okay, Anan?
I'm only on Facebook. Yeah, find it in the YouTube description. That's all. Unless you want to give me money to buy a new steering wheel set for my F1
1080
game.
Ti.
1080.
RTX
I just
now.
want a new steering wheel now. Collecting
Yeah,
money.
it's too good.
So Anna really wants to be a Grab space driver now. Yeah.
Okay, on my Facebook is Nugget Senpai at facebook.com/Nugget Senpai. On Twitter, PayPal, Patreon is Nugget Kohai. It's
Nugget
all.
Kohai. And this has been
Also on Pixiv.
Of
Why
course.
do you use fictive then?
Of course. And
Why
I
not? Oh yeah. Sorry.
and I am Avirul Mekronos Ashraf Meckronos. Find me on Twitter and look forward to some new upcoming content at gamermatters.com. We will be posting our full review of the Acer Predator Helios 300 gaming laptop and a certain Lego game, Lego DC Supervillains. Apparently, it's okay. It starts with a song from Wolf Mother.
I mean, all the Lego
Ha!
games are kind of the same. They're all kind of okay, which is a great thing about them.
But Wolf Mother.
Yeah.
And Wolf Mother. So there you go. You won't be listening to Wolf Mother at the end of this podcast. Copyright, of course. And have a good day, guys.
Nice.
Thick thighs. Imagine I woke up and the thighs was in between my head.
Oh,
Good day.
so good.
Son,
Oof.
you need a girlfriend.
Same.
Now that's where we ended. Proper.
Wait, I thought we were end already. Oh, come on.
Kind of game.
What?